Hi everyone, welcome back to the Airing Austin YouTube channel. My name is Austin, and today we're going to be reviewing the movie Bodies, Bodies, Bodies.
Who wants to play Bodies, Bodies, Bodies?
Before we go ahead and get started, I also want to mention that there will be no spoilers in this video whatsoever. I want to make sure that people who watch this video before seeing Bodies, 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 they kind of go in a little bit blind to this one.
So if you could just not escalate this situation, that I'm not escalating. You're holding the knife and you're moving your hands while you talk.
Bodies, Bodies, Bodies was directed by Halina Reijn. I want to say, I could be butchering that. I've never actually seen a movie directed by her before. What drew me to go see this movie was the fact that A24 helped produce it. Ever since seeing A Ghost Story, I just have been a huge fan of A24, and their most recent release, Everything Everywhere All at Once, was just, it's my favorite movie of this year, and I really want to do a video on that at some point. But for now, we'll be sticking with Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. As far as the casting goes in this movie, I'm not really familiar with any of the actors, actresses, I guess other than Pete Davidson. And the only thing I know about this guy is that he's dating or was dating a Kardashian. This is my first time seeing Pete Davidson in like an acting role. He did a pretty good job at presenting the character that he was given.
That would be so obvious if I were the killer.
David.
More.
But yeah, other than that, the talent, not really quite familiar with any of them. I did do a quick little Google search on the lead female character, Sophie's, and I just found out that she plays the character Rue in Hunger Games. So I thought that was pretty cool, but that's not to say that they did not do a good job. I think that they portrayed every character very well. This movie was a satire, so they each played a Gen Z character, very rich Gen Z characters. They're probably famous for their TikToks. I don't know. I think maybe their families are rich, because I do remember a line in the movie saying, "Your family isn't rich, they're upper middle class." I really had to work my way through this movie. It was more so a chore for me than anything else. Some personal detail about me: I didn't grow up rich. So seeing like these struggles and all of this stuff happening, talking about gaslighting, toxicity, triggering.
You are so toxic. Relax, relax. You're silencing me.
Despite the fact that I couldn't really relate with any of the characters presented on screen, it really wasn't that hard to get through. This movie overall is a who did it kind of situation. I really enjoyed that whole aspect throughout the film. It was kind of a fun ride all the way through, despite not being able to connect with some of the characters. I'd have to say the biggest strength of Bodies, Bodies, Bodies is the fact that it is a satire, and I don't think it does it in a really hateful way. I think it kind of rides that line fairly well, I would say, in the sense that like people in my theater, both Gen Z, millennials, and even older people who were in the theater, everyone really in the theater was laughing and enjoying themselves, which goes to say that this movie is definitely like a horror film. It's a mystery film. It's a comedy. I think it really did a really good job kind of riding that line and merging those like genres together and making a cohesive film out of it. They take something that you think is going to go one way, and then they just completely change it. And it's like, okay, A24, you are changing the dynamic of movies, and I'm here for it. Like anytime an A24 film comes out, I want to go see it. Overall, I thought Bodies, Bodies, Bodies was a pretty interesting ride, to say the least, but I definitely didn't get that sense of maturity that you'd see in a normal, typical A24 film. Would I recommend it? Well, that is a kind of tough question for me. Yes and no. Yes, for the fact that it was a fun A24 film, and no for the fact that it was a lot to really force myself to connect with these characters, and I don't think I succeeded. I just couldn't really stick with it. I think if you are wanting to have a fun night out before summer ends and you just want to have a good laugh, I think that this movie will suffice for that. Oh yeah, that movie that made fun of the new generation in a fun, poking, haha kind of way. So overall, I would say Bodies, Bodies, Bodies was just an okay time for me. Again, I think this movie is going to split a lot of people. I thought the movie had its good moments. If you guys have already seen the movie, go ahead and let me know what you guys thought of it down below in the comments section. I'd really love to hear your thoughts. Also, if you guys like the video, be sure to leave a like down below. It really helps out the channel. And if you guys are enjoying the content so far, I highly recommend subscribing and turning on the notification bell. We are trying to get to 500 subscribers by the end of this year. I don't know if we're going to do it. We are going to try. With my whole situation right now, it is a little bit hard to be posting consistently. Again, thank you guys so much for watching the video. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.